Hello. Terry Waite was born on this day in 1939, and as you know, he was the Archbishop of Canterbury's envoy to the Middle East, trying to secure the release of people who'd been taken hostage, as many were in the 1980s. And he himself went to Beirut, where he was himself captured and incarcerated for 5 years, from 1987 to 1991, chained to a wall, often in a dark room, and often in solitary confinement. I wondered what to say about Terry Waite, and I thought, well, I could tell you his rules for how to get by in such a situation, rules which might apply to any of us when we're feeling particularly hopeless or depressed or under pressure. One was never to indulge in self-pity. Another was never to blame yourself. And another was always to make sure that you kept your mind active by some kind of routine, some kind of daily routine. In his case, obviously, almost entirely in his head, and governed by the call from a minaret that he could hear in the distance in his darkened cell. I could tell you about that, or I could tell you of an incident which I find quite powerful. On one occasion, the guard came into his cell and gave him a postcard. And on the postcard was written, Terry Waite, Beirut. And the words said, "Dear Terry, you are not forgotten. Many of us all over the world are praying for your release." And he said this just lifted his spirits, because he said being isolated and particularly being away from his family was one of the hardest things to bear. But this just gave him a sense that he was not forgotten. But I'm today wanting to think particularly of the person who sent that postcard, because she just decided that she had to do this, must have thought it was almost completely pointless, because the chances of getting to him, Terry Waite, Beirut, must have been remote. And yet she felt she had to do this apparently ridiculous, apparently pointless thing. And I think sometimes we do need to do what seems pointless, what seems ridiculous, what wouldn't seem to anybody else to have any value at all, but we just feel we need to do it. And sometimes the things that we do because of that do bring really extraordinary results. I could tell you about that, but actually I nearly didn't, because I can't think of a particular example. But it seemed to me that one example might be if I acted upon it, if I just threw out what is just an idea without having any idea really how it might help somebody, or in what situation they might apply it. If I just throw that out through this video, maybe somebody might pick it up and find benefit from it. The medium, they say, is the message. So I thought I would do what I'm telling other people to do, and just make this suggestion without any sense that it's got any particular application, but hoping that for somebody somewhere it's of some value.